to Soul Symbols. My name is Shelley. I'm a writer, an astrologer, and a card reader, and I'd like to welcome you to my channel. We have a very special post today. As promised, today is a very milestone kind of day for me. On October 1st, I posted the very first video for my channel, Soul Symbols. My goal for this channel was really to just kind of share card reading with others, also explore the skills that I knew in reading cards, but mostly I wanted to give my viewers and other people the same kind of peace and same kind of understanding that I had from pulling cards. When I started pulling cards, I learned tarot when I was a teenager, and I got away from it for a really long time. And then about 2-3 years ago, I had a period of a lot of loss. I lost a parent, and then I lost a grandmother, and then I lost a great aunt, all in the course of a year and a half. And so it really got me searching, and it got me really reflecting on a lot of things. And as I've said in other videos on this channel, I look at cards like a way of dream interpretation. I look at symbols, and I think of them as road signs. I don't take it too seriously. It's for entertainment purposes only. But I think in this day and age, with the psychology of people, doing this is kind of a way of exploring your own psyche, and it's not channeling anything negative. All it's doing is looking at images and seeing what those images mean to you. So I am so grateful that since October 1st of last year, my channel has really grown, and I am so grateful for that. I did not want to have, I did not want really fast growth. I wanted it to be slow and steady and organic. I wanted to have a good time with the special posts and the How to Tarot. I post a How to Tarot video, and I post a weekly energy card reading. And just, I have, as of today, we've posted on this channel, Soul Symbols, I've posted 168 videos. I have a beloved 83 subscribers. Thank you very much for being here with me on this journey and sharing your energy with me. So to celebrate that day, to celebrate 1 year, we made it 1 year. I have been promising forever that we were going to go ahead and do a special card post. So that is today. That's what we're going to do today. And today, not too long ago, it was about 2 months ago, we did a messages from your person. And it went over really well. That's a popular subject here on YouTube, so I decided to go with it. My weekly energies are really about your week, so to talk about love, it's definitely exciting. I get to pull out decks that you don't always see here on the channel, and believe me, I've got love decks. We got them. And then, so today we're going to go ahead and we'll go ahead and let you choose from one of 4 piles. The post that we did 2 months ago only had about like 3 decks of cards, and today we're going to go with 5 decks of cards. And what I've done is, so the decks that you're going to see here, we have a vintage deck that's no longer in print, but I definitely post all the names and authors in my description box below, so check it out if you want that, the information on that. But we've got the Romance Angels cards, and then we've got the Hidden Truth Oracle by All Things Intuitive. We've got the Twin Flame Messages, Volume 1 by Mystic Moon. We've got the Love Oracle cards by Island Time Wellness. And then we've got the Messages from the Divine Masculine cards by, she's another reader here on the channel on YouTube, but her official name is Karen Burness. So I went ahead and pre-shuffled, pre-pulled the cards, and then to clarify, should we need any clarifiers, I'm going to go with the Gypsy Oracle cards. So these are up here and at the ready should we need them. Now, what I'm doing is I am going to do place markers. We've got 4 hearts here, and they are Orgonite hearts. Even the little Orgonite heart on top of the Gypsy Oracle is really gorgeous. It actually matches the color of the cards, and when we pull out the cards, I'll show you. It's really, really so cool. But all of the hearts are by Wing and Bell, and the link for them is also in the description. They're a really wonderful Etsy creator. And I have 4 hearts, and it's interesting. when you go to choose your cards, I kind of feel like each of the hearts represent an element. I really feel like the purple heart is what they call the official name is Magical Unicorn Heart, but it's very purple and it has a lot of kind of air elements. The lighting doesn't do it justice. The second heart has a lot of red and gold in it, which I really feel like, I feel real fiery energy, so I feel like that's fire. The third heart is what they call a dark unicorn heart, but it's got a lot of really kind of brownish golds and black, and I just really get a strong earth, like a real grounded sense from that. And the last one is a mermaid heart, and of course I really think of water with the sea green. But whatever you are drawn to, if you're drawn to the object, if you're drawn to the card pile or the number, maybe the timestamp, maybe just think of the person, think of the messages from the person that you want to, that you want to ask about. And they don't have to be the element or the sign, or maybe they have that element in their chart, however you want to choose. Just take a minute, take a deep breath. I always say please choose from your intuition. If you need more time, please pause the video, and I'll see you in a minute. Okay, we're back. So I'm going to go ahead and move up the rest of our cards here. I'm going to put our beautiful hearts on top. These really are beautiful. And I'm filming during the day. I'm trying to knock out a few videos this week because I'm going to be going away for a week, but everything will post as normal as I'm away. So, all right, guys. So the first heart, we got a beautiful. Oh yay! The natural lighting is letting you see it. You see how gorgeous that is? I really think of springtime, but I do get a strong air kind of vibe from this. I kept hearing songs as I was pulling the cards, so you might get a few songs. I don't normally do that, but it being a love reading, it really helps. Okay, so heart number 1. Let's go ahead and see. We've got romance angels. Oh, wow. We got express your love. Wow. Oh, you speak to me through music, and I was just talking about that. Oh, my gosh. Amazing. All right. So let's go ahead and see. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay, messages from your person, guys. And let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and shuffle and let's just see. Let's make it happen. Okay, what is the message for? Wow, that's really cool. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into your read. The first card you got is Express Your Love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. And then, so what I'm really, first off, I'm kind of first getting the, this being the messages from your person, I do kind of get the sense that they want to make a romantic gesture, but I'm seeing a lot of conflicting energy. The other thing is that with this being kind of the air element heart, like I said before, it could be, waffling thoughts, like facilitating thoughts. One minute they're like really gung-ho, really want to reach out. What I'm also kind of getting is I'm kind of getting a sense that maybe they started typing a message to you, like I'm seeing a text message, but then, you start typing the text and then you never hit send or you delete it. Or, what I'm also kind of seeing? I'm getting a strong view that the person types out like a really great message and then they delete it, they backspace it, every letter, like don't, no, can't do it. And you're like, oh my God, that is some mental gridlock right there, right? The moment that you type out that message and you're about to hit send, and you know what, it's almost, this is crazy, I'm almost getting kind of a self-punishment vibe, not in a bad way, but they type it out, and then it's like one button away. You typed that whole thing, and it's one button away from hitting send to you, the watcher, and then they say, nope, 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 and they start backspacing it. It's almost like saying, no, 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 don't do it, don't do it. And why they're stopping themselves, I don't know. You can also kind of see the look on this person's face. He looks so hesitant. He looks so torn. And it's almost like it's almost like you're enticing. Again, I kind of get that sense like they really want to reach out to you. Now, underneath what is it? The Hidden Truth Oracle, you've got I remember every detail of that day, and you speak to me through music. So, you know what I'm almost getting? And again, with the air vibe, have you ever watched those romantic comedies when two people are really in love, but then it never fails? The whole crux of the situation is one person comes over to what is it? Can't speak today. You know what? I'm almost getting kind of a blocked throat chakra too. Again, I feel like this person can't speak. This person is good at communicating, or they want to communicate, but they can't. And that's why I'm fumbling over my words. I'm kind of using their voice box, right? But I remember every detail of that day. That can either be a really romantic day that you had with this person, but I'm almost getting like when you've watched those romantic movies, you know how the two people are in love and someone's about to go over and profess. There we go. Word I was looking for. Profess. They want to go over and profess their love, but they either see you with someone else, or maybe they saw you with someone else, and then it's almost like they're questioning you, like they're looking at you. You see the look on that guy's face, like, I really want to express my love, but it almost seems like you're with somebody else. I think that's what they're afraid of. They're afraid that you're either with somebody else. The other thing is you speak to me through music. You speak to me through music. And guess what, guys? I'm getting two songs. I'm sorry, real quick. I do think that this person either knows music, maybe they know how to play music. Because the other thing is, if you look at him, the clothes that he's kind of wearing almost looks like a musician. Like I keep seeing someone who plays. The other thing, oh, look at this, guys. Someone she's holding on to this thing that almost looks like a lyre, like a harp. I think, does this person play a strings instrument? A guitar, ukulele, something like that? Possibly a guitar. In these images, it's more of a harp, but I'm hearing strings. But I also think that you speak to this person through music. Maybe you guys had a joint affinity. Just for the record, I don't think that you're contacting this person, or if you are, that you're not talking very often. Like it's kind of a no contact situation, or very infrequently. It's a little stilted when you do talk. Again, it's very reluctant. It's almost like this person's careful about what they say to you, or when they reach out to you. But you speak to me through music. I think you either have songs that you liked that they hear on the radio, or they affiliate certain songs with you. And there's two songs that is coming to me that and I'll get to that in just a minute. But yeah, I think you do speak to this person through music, and I think I'm getting a strong sense that this person has an understanding of music. Like they really, either when they hear music, it's more than just the lyrics and the beat. I think they actually hear the notes, like they affiliate a certain tune or certain beat with you. And maybe they speak to you through music too. Maybe that's a way that they express themselves, because I am getting very blocked. It's almost like their words are coming out awkward, or they don't know the right thing to say to you, or they're scared. Because I feel safer in the silence. So I definitely think, I think this person feels safer indirectly contacting you. And when we get to your messages card, that makes a lot of sense. Because directly underneath it, you've got keys on a ring. And so the keys on the ring is many options, decision, unconventional, string along, one night stand. So what might be happening is, it's quite possible this person is either in another commitment or another relationship. And they might feel like, they might need to end something before they come to you, or they need to make something, they have to make a decision. They have to make, you know what I almost get? It's almost like they feel like it's unfair. It's not right to talk to you unless they are actually going for you. You know what I mean? Like, until they make a final decision and say, yes, I want this relationship, not this one. So they just feel safer in the silence. The other thing is that they might have to tell you about a different relationship, or you might be, I'm not seeing like a whole lot of Three of Swords, which came out. We posted How to Tarot earlier this week on that. I'm not seeing a third party situation, but I do think that possibly this person's lifestyle, or that, again, they don't want to make you feel like you're just another one in the game, so to speak. But the other thing, that the other vibe I'm strongly getting from that, and especially with these three cards here and his expression, I think he or she might be thinking that you're stringing them along, that you have options because they remember every moment of that day. And I'm getting a little bit more of a negative connotation from this. I don't think it was a good day that you had with this person. I think you are acting loving to them, and they're questioning you because they saw something, maybe something on the internet, or maybe they saw something really in real life. And I keep seeing that image, when you see a romantic comedy, and the person's about to, the hero's about to come over and profess love, but then he sees the girl with another guy, and he jumps to conclusions. The other thing that I'm kind of getting is that maybe they treated you like this, and they're going to have to kind of, make up for that. Maybe in the past there was a little bit of that going on, so right now it's like, oh, I really, either that, or they have other situations in play that make you one of many, and they're hesitant. Again, they're watching their words. They're writing a text message but then deleting it, and they're probably acting really erratic too. It's almost like hot and cold is what I'm kind of getting. One of the songs that I heard that I've been listening to a lot of Selena Gomez, and there's a song called Ring, and she's like, I'm just gonna let it ring, ring, ring. They're just like puppets on a string, string, string. I put it down, they call me up. They're doing way too much, so I just let it ring, ring, ring. So it's almost, and again, maybe maybe they're trying not to put too much of a clear. I would be a little cautious with this too, guys. If it's one of those things where when you reach out, you are very receptive to them, it might be safer in the silence because they don't want you to jump for them, right? Because they do have other options. They don't, but there's a little bit, to be fair, I don't think this person wants to turn you into a one night stand. I think they're trying to protect you from that. But the other thing is that I think you're real willing to try to get them into some kind of commitment, and they might not be ready for that yet. So until they're ready to give you what you want, they don't contact, right? They don't reach out because, but I think they want to. They want to. Now, moving along, we've got, see, this is where I'm getting a lot of conflicting energy. Let's make it happen, and someone is triggering me. So maybe it could, just one way to read it, it could be you that's triggering them. If this person has some kind of commitment issues, sometimes it is very, very scary to, when you see a relationship that could kind of go to the distance, they might be really terrified to do that first text message to get that process going, right? So I think they want to, let's make it happen, but someone is triggering me. It could be you. It could be, or this situation could be triggering them, just to throw that out there. The other thing is that maybe the many options could either be another relationship, and it doesn't necessarily have to be romantic. It could be a family obligation. It could be a work obligation. But this song, this card in particular is a bit like that. But the many options, it could possibly be that maybe this person passed on your relationship and then they got into another one, or had other casual options, and then the other casual options didn't pan out the way they expected, so now they've got a lot of situations in play, and they don't want to bring you into that. That's kind of the vibe I'm getting. But there is a little bit of, if they reach out to you, you might be a little bit gung-ho. And again, this being kind of an air kind of thing, maybe you'll be eager to talk to them. And I think they like talking to you. It's just they don't want to get your hopes up, and they don't. I think there is a fear here. There's a fear here. And now the two cards that you got for the Gypsy Oracle is you got Hope and you got Priest. Now, Hope is a card that, what I think is interesting is that the person looks a little hopeless, right? It looks like they're maybe a little down on their luck, and that hope is all they have left, right? Hope is all they have left. Maybe the colors of the cloak are very similar to the girl. Maybe they feel like you're holding on to hope for them. Either that, or they're holding on to hope for you. They're hoping that you didn't move on. If you have other options, maybe they're hoping you didn't move on. The other thing is with the priest. I feel the priest is like about staying devout, right? It's staying true to what you believe. So I read that one of two ways. Maybe they're hoping that you'll still be there when they come back, because they have other obligations that are rooted in their beliefs. So this could be family or work, because the priest kind of reminds me of the Hierophant. It's kind of like the status quo. It's a societal kind of obligation. The other thing is that with it being rooted in beliefs, and sometimes that's the way that you're raised. Like if you're of a different religion or background from your person, maybe they're hesitant moving forward because it would really shake up, something would trigger in their home life, or, it might be a risk for them to reach out to you. But I think that they have hope. They're hoping, The last thing is that maybe this is a sign of devout, in the sense that they have been loyal to you. They're holding on for you. But I do see a conflicting here. I think they want to make it happen, but something is kind of triggering or blocking them. It could be their own fears or their own obligations to either religion or family, possibly a third party, another person. But I do also kind of get the sense that they might think that you have a third party. But wow, guys, that's really powerful. But yeah, so that's your love reading, guys. That's the messages from your person. All right, so let's move on. The second heart, we've got the lovely, I'm referring to it as the fire heart, but it's really beautiful. Like, it doesn't have to be a fire sign, but it's got a lot of red and gold, and I think it's really lovely. So we got a lot of cards here. So we got You Deserve Love. A few decks actually got several cards, so I'm just going to go ahead and pull them out. This deck, I just wanted to say, you got a lot of Love Island cards. The only thing with this is that as I was shuffling, the cards kept popping out and landing underneath your pile. So I kept feeling like, okay, let me put it in that pile because it looks like it's affiliated to that. But let's go ahead and get your Gypsy Oracle. Oh, wow, guys. And a few of these images get a little deep, but we take it in a very general sense. We do not want, when we get to that. Mm-hmm. Wow. I am definitely getting a strong fire energy from this pile. I said with pile 1, I kept thinking of lyrics of songs. So there was a song that kept coming through as I was thinking of this. The first one, so this person, first off, I get a strong sense that there is a dynamic magnetic attraction between you two. There's a strong, and it feels fiery. It definitely feels really fiery. And, the one thing that I am kind of getting, what I'm getting is that you guys, I'm hearing moth to a flame. I think you guys keep getting drawn back to each other. I don't think that this has been I don't think this has been an easy relationship. And what it is that this person and I feel like the universe is telling you that you deserve love, right? I think, you know what, and I know it's so cliche, I hate hearing it because it's a dumb line, but it's true. You know, when someone says, oh, it's not you, it's me. And you know it's them, right? You know they're the problem, but it's not all their fault. You know, it takes two to tango. It's always, but what I'm genuinely feeling is that I feel like this person really wants to tell you that there was nothing wrong with you. There's nothing wrong with you. That what it is, you know what I'm almost getting is that this person loves you and they're very attached to you. They feel a magnetic pull. You're like twin flames. You're like kindred spirits is what I'm getting. And they're very, very drawn to you. But the thing is, they don't want to, I'm really getting a strong sense with this pile that they don't want to drag you into their drama. So what they're doing is they're sabotaging your relationship in order to let you go. And it's hurtful to you. It's very pain. I'm getting pain with this. You know, the other thing that I'm getting is I'm getting that this person, your person, unfortunately, that's when we get to that in a minute. Unfortunately, a lot of fire signs, especially the men, they can be very dynamic, and they're hard to resist because they're charming and they're magnetic. But the thing is, sometimes they can, you know what I'm hearing is that I don't think this person is purposely trying to be manipulative, but I do think that you have that you have that counterbalance where you really affect one another is what I'm getting. And the other person feels it too, your person feels it too, but I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to let you go, but they don't realize that you guys are bonded. You're kind of tied. So if he or she sabotages your relationship, it hurts you. It's not like, oh, okay, well, just go, be free, you deserve love. And it's just like, yes, asshole, this is a pardon my French, this is a three-legged race. You know, don't cut off the leg that we're tied together with, okay? You know, pardon my French, I didn't mean to get graphic there, but, you know, sometimes people don't get it. You don't get it, you know? If you care about someone, you know, if someone breaks that bond, even if they think they're doing it for your better good, you know, that still hurts. But here you got your hidden truth cards. You got, I wonder if you are happy without me, and just being near you is intoxicating. So again, like moth to a flame, I feel like this person's really tied to you. Now you got 4 island cards, and these cards kept wanting to go towards your pile. So I'm getting a strong fire element here. But one of the cards you got, well, to start, you got Dragonfly, which is be lighthearted, finding out, things coming to light, adapt, heal, change. You got Girl with a Snake, which is an empath and narcissist paradigm, being charmed or used, enable boundaries. You got Twin Flames, which is yin yang, zen, balance, unity, duality, complementing each other. And then you got Sabotage, rebuilding. You got the Hammer, sabotage, rebuilding, integration, repetitive, persistent, and working on it. So those have a lot of dual meanings, and that's what I keep seeing. I keep seeing that you guys, it's almost like, you know what, I'm getting a strong twin flame in this, is that sometimes if you know, just to put the astrology hat on for a minute, if you know that the other person is an opposite sign to you, it can feel like the term twin flame is applied a lot in cartomancy, but one thing you want to remember is that what it is twin flames in card reading says that this is the other half of your soul, right? You believe that this person and you have good and bad karma that you're meant to work out. You guys, if you believe in reincarnation, that you two have known each other before, and it is your life's purpose to come together. But with twin flames, it's like the other half of your own being, where if something happens to you, it happens to the other person. But it does go in kind of the yin yang balance, where when one person's up, the other person's down. And what I'm kind of getting is that, you know, we've got parallels here where one person looks like they're aiming, and then the other person looks like they're really distraught. So it seems like you're having your ups and downs. But I think you're coming into a period, what the universe wants to let you know. The other thing is just being near you is intoxicating, right? Yin yang balance. The other thing is girl with a snake. It's an empath and narcissist paradigm. And I don't like the term, I hate throwing around the term narcissist. I feel like every year, and I don't mean to, if granted, there are definitely, in psychological, classification, there's people who are pathological liars. There are people who are psychopaths. And it's funny, there's several levels of this. There can be somebody who's a psychopath and just, they could be your next door neighbor. It doesn't mean that, that they're going to do something nasty or that they're a natural villain. But narcissism, it has gotten a lot of airplay, and it seems like any time a relationship goes bad, if the guy involved, usually the guy gets the both barrels, the guy gets marked as a narcissist just because if he's emotionally screwed up and causing damage in all of his relationships, because he wants to put his emotions first, he's automatically labeled a narcissist. And not to say that that can't be partially true, because I've definitely seen symptoms of narcissism in a lot of people in my own life and as well. But the thing that you also have to remember is that if you are a woman watching this reading, which a majority of women do watch these readings, so this can apply regardless of your gender. I'm not trying to make you feel left out if you're a guy. But what I kind of, just to put my 5 cents out there, is that there is an epidemic of men, young men, who are raised without a father figure. They're raised by single mothers. They're raised in really detrimental environments, and that it's almost just like one more strike against them from trying to raise themselves, and in essence raise themselves with some normalcy. So granted, I'm not defending anybody who goes out there and plays women and wants to be the man and has 12 illegitimate children, things like that. Don't go out there and purposely hurt people. Don't purposely go out and look to have your needs met regardless of the consequences that you impose on other people. That spiritually will give you some karma, and karma comes back in threes for every act that you do. So, whether you answer to God, the universe, your guides, whatever. But just to throw it out there, I do think that it's very hard on young men to know the right path and to live it. Sometimes it does take these experiences, and unfortunately it takes a few rough relationships to learn that too. And just to be fair, women are not innocent either. Sometimes we will go into a relationship and we'll do anything to keep the man, and that becomes this kind of paradigm that we're talking about, because again, it takes two to tango. If you get into if someone is messing with your mind, or if somebody ghosts you, or if somebody doesn't treat you right, the course of action is to eliminate, to cut that person out of your life. State your boundaries, and it talks about this. Enable boundaries. Queen of Swords, just enable boundaries. The other thing that you get here is with the dragonfly. The dragonfly is born in water and takes to air. And it says, be lighthearted. Something coming to light, adapt, change, heal. And I feel like that's you. Look at this. She's got all these angels around her, and you're taking aim. So I do think that this person, and again with the hammer, the sabotage, I think you guys are, I'm hearing not so much twin flames, but kindred spirits. You guys are very, very tied to one another. And so it's the other thing that I get mad at with all these readings is they're like, cut out anybody who's not for your highest good. And you're like, you know what? Life now, people are very isolated. We hide behind our phones. When you actually meet someone that feels like a kindred spirit, that you have an emotional connection with, trying to get away from that is very, very freaking difficult. And just to say, just cut them out, is not the answer. But I think this person, just long story short, too late, this person's trying to protect you. I think they are trying to cut themselves out of your life because they feel like it would keep you safer. I do think this person has some, I'm getting a strong sense of them being one of those men who are trying to find themselves. I think this person doesn't want to be labeled a narcissist, but they might be coming across as selfish. The other thing is, sorry for the background noise. But what I see is that I see this person being very distraught. And the other thing is, like for instance, you've been in my dreams. And when I see this, I kind of see it, I think it's in literal dreams. Like you might be really in this person's subconscious. I think you're in this person's psyche that they're trying to leave you alone. They're trying to cut you free because being near you is intoxicating, and I wonder if you're happy without me, and you deserve love, right? I think you're in this person's psyche, and again, I think you're both really drawn to one another, like a moth to a flame, because you're joint spirits, right? The other thing that I'm kind of getting is that maybe I am getting a sense like you guys are not together. I think you did have a lot of dances. Maybe you did come together quite a few times. And I think you probably did have a few of those moments where it was like the dance of the twin flames. And twin flame journeys are not easy at all. This person could be the most infuriating person. The other thing is that... you know what? I know it sounds so corny. I was watching here on YouTube. I was watching an episode of Cobra Kai, and one of the things that they said in that episode really stood out to me as their dojo had gotten trashed, and there was this rock that had fallen over, and they were trying to put everything back, and Daniel turns and they're like, we're never going to be able to lift this rock again. It's impossible. And Daniel goes, well, it takes a lot less energy to destroy and a lot more energy to build up again. But we can do it. It just takes energy. And that's what I kind of see with the hammer, because this is a dual meaning. It means sabotage and rebuilding. And it also means repetitive. So I think you guys have gone rounds with each other. The other thing is that I think you've put a lot of energy into building this relationship just to have it tear down. But the other thing is I think you've both done that. I think there's been times your person has built up the relationship and put the effort, the extra energy into that, and you just tore it down took less energy to tear it down. But then I'm also getting a sense that with the I wonder if you're happy without me and you deserve love, these three cards together kind of sense that make me think that this person has really low self-esteem. They don't feel worthy enough, and they want to cut you loose so they don't have to drag you. They don't want to. The other thing is I don't think they want to repeat any cycles with you. They don't want to repeat any bad cycles. But the other thing is that I think right now you are in a stage of the advice is, be lighthearted. Just, let go. Let go of this, right? Enable boundaries. If this person is not in the right headspace, don't let them damage anything that you've built up together. Hold on to what you've built together. If there's a threat of this person or you coming in and destroying that, step away. The other thing is that there might be some of the reasons for this interaction might be coming to light. I am almost getting like I really get a strong sense like there's stuff going on in I'm getting a sense of your person's personal development. I think this person has had a rough upbringing, and I think they didn't know how to treat you right, and I don't think they treated you right. So, you know what, I almost get the sense that this person feels like whatever they touch wilts, but whatever you touch grows. And that's a disproportionate belief, right? And because you two are tied, remember it's a three-legged race, because you two are tied, that negative belief taints if one of you is giving good, then both the relationship benefits. If one of you is giving negativity, it tears it down, right? But This person is, please don't take the image as literal, but this person is in despair. The other thing that I get from this is that it hurts them really, really badly to let you go. You know, when they get around you, they're magnetized to you. But it's almost like they're forcing themselves to stay away. The other thing that I'm kind of getting is that your two message cards, first off, you both got green, which both cards are green, which is a heart chakra kind of color. And it says, "You are my rock, and don't underestimate me." Wow. I'm kind of with these new messages. You know what I'm kind of reading? And again, the hammer is such a dual. I think this person is really despairing. I think they're afraid that they can't be good enough for you. The other thing is, with "you've been in my dreams," sometimes that can be daydreaming. Sometimes they could really have a dream that, you know, of a future with you. They might be imagining a future, a good future with you. So that's them wanting to build things up. But they get, the other thing, I think something about your connection really affects them. I think it spirals them into despair when things don't work out. But empath and narcissist paradigm, you know, the other thing is that, you know, this person is very charismatic. I'm definitely getting a strong fire sense here. And the don't underestimate me is very, very, like, you know, that's a dogged, determined person. But the other thing is that I am seeing rocks here. I'm seeing rocks with, you know, rocky water there. I do think that the other thing that I'm kind of getting is that for all this person's heaviness, I think what it is you help balance this person out. I think this person, when this person spirals, you help bring them up, because that's a very empath kind of thing. That's an empathic thing to want to, and that's also how empaths ends up with narcissists, is because you're a very caring, giving person. And narcissists, unfortunately, are you know, they have to feel validated, and their needs come first. But the thing is, don't play into any of those negative dynamics. You can balance one another, but if there's any type of sabotage, or if this person is just, I am getting I'm getting a strong sense this person is not really on the level emotionally, and until they get themselves straight, you should not allow them to build a relationship. The sense I'm getting is, you know, you be light, you know, you come to the light, you do you know, you heal and you change. You go ahead and be happy by yourself. You know, go ahead and be happy without this person. I think you are missing this person, and I don't think you're 100% happy without them. But go ahead and let this person go through this feeling. You are their rock, and they don't want you to underestimate them. They do want you, I don't think they want you to write them off as just this self-absorbed narcissist. It's just they're feeling like they'll never catch up. There's a lot of the hammer and the despair is like a lot of sabotage. They might be self-sabotaging themselves. But I would say just stay in the light, send them unconditional love, because you do have a cord between you. Send them unconditional love. Be their rock. You know, be their rock. But if they can't build a relationship with you, or at least keep it on a healthy level, then you are going to have to keep your distance from this person. But that's your choice. But, you know, stay towards the light. You know, be lighthearted. Try to be happy. And send this person that happiness, because they have to work through their own kind of emotional balance. And that's what they're kind of telling you. It's almost like they don't want to be near you. You are in their dreams. You send them. You're in their subconscious. But wow, guys, that was really powerful. And I kept getting these cards popping out every single time I was shuffling. It was pretty wild. All right, guys, so let's move on to pile number 3. We got this beautiful, it's called a dark unicorn heart. Make sure everything's on. Yes. Let's see what cards you got. Now we got several of the romance angels here, and then we got one here. Yeah, we kept the one thing. Oh, with this pile, this was the pile I kept having cards fly out and hit me in the lap. this card kept flying out, you know. Now we're going to kind of read these together, so don't take any one message, you know, one message to heart here. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so what you got is from the Romance Angels. You got unrequited love, and again, don't take it personally. We read it together. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. You got healing family issues. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. And you also got it's safe for you to love. And so these three cards, you know, these three cards, what it's kind of telling me is, oh yeah, let me go ahead and get your Gypsy Oracle. Tip number 3. Thank you. Okay, so your Gypsy Oracle, you got young woman. What first one that I'm kind of getting from this is I do think that this is kind of, this might be either your first relationship, or this could be a relationship that was like a high school sweetheart. It's someone that you met when you were really young. The other thing that I'm kind of getting from this is that, first off, the person that you're thinking about, you are separated from this person. And what you're kind of feeling is you're feeling like, I first off get the sense that you're really getting the feeling, this person's getting the feeling like this is unrequited, like this is one-sided. Maybe one person has been giving more than the other. The other thing that I'm kind of seeing is that both with young woman, there's kind of a blue gown, like the gown looks very similar. So if you are a woman watching this read asking about a man, I do kind of get the sense that maybe they feel like, you know, they feel like maybe you're kind of moving on, like you're giving a little bit of the cold shoulder when they do make some kind of overture, that you feel like, okay, you're just kind of looking down at them like, okay, that's nice, you know? But the other thing is that maybe this person is this person might be making you feel like this is unrequited, but that's for a reason, right? They might be making you feel like they're ignoring you, or that you're not enough, or the relationship isn't enough, because they haven't been giving you a whole lot of attention. But I am almost getting like, if you're a woman watching this, I almost get the feeling like they feel like they're making overtures to you, but you know, it's not enough. It's just, you know, one other thing that I'm getting is that maybe they haven't had the time to give you this attention, right? They haven't had enough time to give you attention, and it's making you feel like, for both of you, it feels unrequited, right? You know, like, but what I'm seeing is healing family issue. Your love life benefits as you forgive your parents. One way, there's kind of two ways that I can read that. First way is that this person, message from your person, this person might feel like you have some family issues. Not in a bad way, but you know how it is. You know, you can be in a relationship with someone, and when you're dating someone, you can really kind of get a bird's eye view of their family dynamic. Maybe you've got some unrequited issues. The other thing is, with unrequited love. Here we go. Sometimes with unrequited love, this can be, sometimes it can be damage from a parental example. Like, for instance, you know, I can say that as a woman, the relationship that you had with your father is very, very important. If you didn't get enough attention from your father, it can spill over into your personal relationships with men very, very easily. Same thing goes with your mother. You know, but here I'm almost getting kind of a father dynamic here, because you see a father and two children there. So one way we can read it is that when you see young woman, you know, an unrequited love, maybe this person, your person, is kind of telling you that you would benefit from. Maybe they see that maybe they're cautious in having a relationship with you because. And just a little bit of a trigger warning. I don't mean to trigger anyone. This is just one interpretation, and we'll get into the other interpretations in a minute. But maybe, because that is a little bit of a danger sign, right? In order to be in a healthy, long lasting relationship, if you clearly see that somebody has, either, daddy issues, or maybe their mother was abusive, if maybe they had bad examples in their family dynamic. And what they're doing is this message is very clear. It's just saying you're kind of young, right? Maybe you haven't had enough relationships to kind of exercise this, or that you're being kind of naive. Maybe you're refusing to see that you have work to do with your family issues, but your person sees it very clearly. Like, okay, I can't. We have to. And that's actually a pretty mature standpoint, just because marriage is a very, long-term relationships, commitments like marriage, they go for a very long time. And if there's some psychological dynamics that it's easier to work through it before, you don't, nobody wants to be in a relationship where they're acting like your psychologist, right? You almost have to, it's kind of your personal responsibility to work out those issues before you get into the committed relationship. Now, the other way we can read it is that maybe they're looking at you like you're very innocent, you're very pure, you're the young woman, right? And what it is they are working on family issues, right? What maybe the thing that I'm kind of getting is they almost have to learn that it's safe to love, right? So it's quite possible that maybe they have a dynamic, maybe unrequited love, maybe in the past they had relationships where they were left, or I'm getting a little bit of abandoned. Maybe in their earlier relationships, maybe this happened with one of their young, when they were young, um, you know, um, and they're afraid, maybe they're afraid that it's going to happen to them again. The other way that I can kind of read this is that with it being a family dynamic, maybe they were raised to believe that they're, um, that they shouldn't really have long lasting relationships. Maybe that was something instilled. And unfortunately, I'm seeing a man here. And, with this guy kissing hands of a young woman, it could quite potentially be that maybe this person learned at a young age that they need what it means to be a man is to really not have long lasting relationships, and they almost have to kind of and you see that in some cultures. It's you're the man if you know how to smooze women, and usually younger women are more susceptible to that. So, but that is that mentality of, oh, okay, let me be the ladies' man, let me go out and, or or the guy's girl. It can be in the reverse. If your person is a woman and you're a man watching this reading, it could be that they're used to, they go after the attention. That's the other thing, is that if you're a man watching this for a woman, maybe you're and that can be the opposite of a daddy daughter relationship. If a young girl growing up didn't either one didn't have a father, or he was very absent, which is very possible, she might go out and get attention from men, and this might make you jealous. It might make you jealous. It might make you feel like that she'll be unfaithful. But the overall theme, though, if you're a woman watching this, I do get a sense that this person did not realize. They do see you as very innocent. They see you as not naive, but they see you almost like they want to do right by you. But I do get a sense that they made you feel like, I get a sense like they showed you a lot of attention, but then they didn't really follow through. And it was because of their own family issues. And again, maybe they were hurt in the past, maybe they were abandoned a lot in their family life. But what they're learning is they're learning that they have to learn that it's safe for you to love. You know, open your heart to give the highest energy of all. Um, One other way I can read it is maybe they feel like you're really closed off. Maybe they're trying to reach you, they're trying to unblock your heart. And you know, it's almost like you have to get over your sense of abandonment. And the other thing is that this lady is very, very corseted, right? She almost looks like a fine lady, and again, she does kind of look like she's looking down at you know, there's a country song that I heard on the radio the other day that talked about, you know, you being that type of girl, something like, you know, peeling the label off a bud. And then, you know, basically it was a guy trying to approach a girl at a bar, but she was not having it, and he could kind of tell that she had been hurt before, that she had been abandoned before. So I do think this person feels like you're wounded, and they want you to work through your family issues and know that it's safe for you to love, and that they're not going to hurt you. You know, they're going to walk alongside you. You see the cherub there. You know, they're waiting there to be of service to you. The other thing they got is, I can't stop thinking about you. So one thing is, if this was kind of, if this abandonment, if this unrequited was on their side, they really felt like you were the one. You know, if you were one of many, then they can't forget about you. Um, they can't forget about you. But I do almost get the sense like they feel like you're guarded, and like you have a lot of childhood wounds, but they can't stop thinking about you. They can't stop thinking about you. The other thing about blue, the color blue, is it's a trustworthy color. They actually have there's actually articles about that. You know, when someone wears blue, it's like almost like a visual, like a body language cue. It's a cue that someone is worthy or honorable. And I definitely get a sense that you conducted yourself in a very honorable way, because you look at all three of these cards, and this is a lady. This is a lady. And I keep hearing that song. I'll try to post the name of it underneath it, but it talks about, you know, being the girl who, you know, you have no game with this girl. And I feel like this person has no game with you because you're not playing any games. And I think they might feel like that stems from family hurts. Now, your two island awareness is, you got the Phoenix, new phase, rekindle, renew, transformation, growth, changed mind, clarity, and then you got the sword and the rose. We got truth, revelation, solidarity, force, honor, protection, and power. So yeah, guys, I'm really getting a sense like you're the Phoenix. Like maybe they feel like you can. I think you have the strength. The other thing is that you look at this Phoenix, and it looks like the same lady, right? The you look at the posture, just the shape of it, you know? It looks like you, right? And I think that, you know, the sword and the rose, it's about having honor. I think that whatever you've experienced in the past, you can regenerate from. I think you can learn and grow and transform from it. The other thing is that I think that you will get clarity. Like you'll have a sense of, I almost see it like the Ace of Swords. Like you're going to have a strong mental rejuvenation. You know that it is safe for you to love. You're gonna and it's going to make you real powerful. I get a real strong sense that these three cards go together. It's almost like you're going to rise above this whatever mentality has been keeping you back. You're going to rise above it, and you're going to be really victorious. The other thing that I get is that I think that and honestly, when you have that kind of strength, God, there's even if you've had some crappy relationships, even if you feel like somebody was you know, not responsive or not giving you your due, you were still a lady throughout all of it, right? Like um, you know, it's funny. there's several movies. There's definitely different characters that kind of personify this. But, you know, in today's dating world, you know, you don't have to be completely, you know, you don't have to be like a good girl in order to show your strength in a relationship. You could date somebody, you could have been intimate with them, they could have cheated on you, and you can still be the better person even after that situation. But here I am definitely seeing that it's almost like they feel like they can't get through to you until you have some type of transformation, until you come to terms with whatever abandonment, like working through whatever abandonment you went through, that seems to come from some kind of family dynamic. But this person really can't stop thinking about you. They can't stop thinking about you. It's almost like they want you to know that it's safe for you to love and to be loved. But here we have, I have something, I have to do something else right now. Please try and understand. I know you're right, but I need to come to my own conclusions. And I got spooked. Oh my gosh. So really, you know what, here you go, guys. This could very well, the other thing that I'm kind of getting from this is that I get the sense that this person really, they see what a lady, it's like you are their queen is what it is. You know, you're their queen. You're their queen, and they want it to be safe. You know what it is? They want it to be safe for you to love them. They can't stop thinking about you. I do think they're on the brink of some kind of transformation. They're about to transform. You might have a little bit of work to do in that too, but I just have some to do something else right now. Please try and understand. I know you're right, but I need to come to my own conclusions, and I got spooked. So maybe this person did show you a lot of attention and then they disappeared. When I see spooked, I think ghosting. And but the other thing is that you're really standing in your honor. You don't put up with any BS from anybody. You know, if they can't come to you and say, "Look, I'm working on things right now. I hope you understand. I'm going to be away for a while. I don't know how long that'll be." You know, this person needs to communicate with you. That's the other thing with the sword. They need to communicate to you. But I do think the healing family issues is this. Also, it could be that you might be feeling like they're ignoring you, or that this is one-sided, like you're giving them your time and attention and they're disappearing. But I think what it is that they are healing something with family. That can be something psychological from family. With it's safe for you to love, I do think that this is some kind of abandonment issue. And then it's like, I know you're right, but I need to come to my own conclusions. When you look at this woman, again, she's a lady. I think she would know. She would know what to tell you. Like, I don't think that she would mince any words. I don't think that she's harsh. I'm not getting like a hard person, but I think you draw the line. I think, again, you're strong with this person. The other thing is with changed mind and I can't stop thinking about you. I think they have to come to terms with it's safe to love, but I'm getting a dual thing where I do also think that you need to know that it's safe to love. Maybe they did get a little spooked because they saw some kind of family dynamic with you. And I'll tell you, nowadays, you know, if you're a woman watching this and your person's a man, you do want to be careful with that because, you know, like what if it's something like you were raised in a family where your father took care of everything. You know, the person that you marry is gonna want to take over, gonna be expected to take over that role. You know, so it's almost like they have to live out your family, you know, dynamic. So sometimes healing that, or at least, you know, knowing that your marriage can be different than your upbringing is something that is important. Also, that it's safe for you to love. So I'm getting a sense that somebody wasn't there for you, and it makes you guarded. But the other thing that I'm kind of getting is with young woman, I do think this person thinks that you might have a few things in your mind that are a little naive. Again, if you had a father who took care of everything, you might think, oh, well, I don't even know how to handle that because my father took care of that. That's something you're going to have to change, you know, and that's something that you would have to grow or transform, you know. But I do think that this person has some other obligation right now. And actually their message cards really play into this is, I'm finishing old cycles and you turn me on in so many ways. So one thing that I am kind of getting is that I do think that you kind of being like, okay, get yourself straight, you know, you kind of upholding the, you know, maybe you've even said, you know, I'm not going out with you if you're not gonna, if you're gonna make this feel like love is unrequited, I'm not going for that, right? But the finishing up old cycles and the Phoenix, I definitely get the sense that that's like the family issues card. You know, that they're finishing up some old cycles, and that's the thing that they have to do right now. You know, I just have something else I need to do right now. So they're finishing up some old cycles, and the other thing is, I really get the sense that you'll be hearing from this person. The other thing is, you turn me on in so many ways. I can't stop thinking about you. You know, maybe they have to kind of forgive their parents, or maybe you kind of have to forgive yours. But the other thing that I kind of get is I got spooked. I do think there was some kind of dynamic. The I got spooked, I'm really hearing with the unrequited love. You know, something happened where they were showing you a lot of attention and then they just kind of up and left. And that's the other thing is, I know you're right, but I need to come to my own conclusions. Maybe you were like, look, you got to get some revelation in this. You need to get some solidarity. The other thing that I am also getting by this is that I do get a sense that you were kind of sheltered. I think the other thing is that you're protected by this situation. If this person has to go and finish some old business, that I can't stop thinking about you. They're going to come back. They're going to come back. The one thing is that, for a while there, they were making you feel like you were either making them feel like it was one-sided, or they were making you feel like it was one-sided. And you can't have any more of that moving forward. Both of you have to know that it's safe to love. And, there should be no abandonment issues in your relationship, And maybe you've had some growing to do, but I do think that this person is going through a period of transformation. And I don't think that, I think also with the I can't stop thinking about you being under unrequited love, you probably feel like this person's ignoring you. But really, I think they have something else preoccupying them. They're finishing these old cycles. And again, a phoenix flaming up is a cycle. So I do think that you're going to be hearing from this person in the not so distant future. But I do get that I really get some sense that, probably both of you need to know that it's safe for you to love. But wow, guys, that was a deep one. And you got a lot of the romance angel cards. All right, last but not least, we got the last heart, the mermaid heart. This is a real beautiful one. Ooh, it's rolling. Okay, let's go ahead and see. What do your cards say? So, first off, I had a lot of cards pop out and fall in my lap. And there was a song that I kept singing, and I'll get to that in a minute. There was a lot of songs that kept coming out. You got a lot of the hidden truth oracles, so we're going to go ahead and put all of these underneath. And then, wow, oh my gosh. Wow. Wow, there is a lot of conflicting energy with this. Holy Toledo. Oh, whoa. All right. Wow. Okay. So, message from your person. First off, I almost feel like this is a message from the universe. This one I feel like is a message more from the universe than it is from your person, but maybe it's coming through your person. So, your guides, God, however you define your higher power, because there's angels here. But I almost think of the Temperance card. Things are balancing, right? Worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. And the other card you got is let go of control issues. Allow the situation to unfold naturally. So what I'm kind of getting is that this person really really needs you to not try to control the situation, because there's stuff going on behind the surface that really, things are being balanced right now. Things are being recalibrated. I keep seeing the tarot card for temperance. And oh, here, let me get your Gypsy Oracle card. Thank you. Wow. All right. But I keep getting the and what that is the temperance card is, you see an angel with one foot on the ground and one foot in water, and she's balancing two cups that contain fire and water. And this heart I really thought was a kind of a water heart. It looks very water-esque. And the song that I kept hearing in my head, I've been listening to a lot of Selena Gomez, but it's a song called Souvenir. And it's, the lyrics are like, you're giving me chills at 100 degrees, um, and and it's like she's saying somebody's name, and it's like stealing her breath, like a souvenir, like somebody knows the power that they have to go ahead and take someone's breath away, right? It's about being really intoxicating. It's about, really being enthralled with someone. But the other thing that I'm kind of getting is, letting go of control issues. What I'm kind of seeing is that this person may have done some things to you that has caused you pain. And the other thing is that let go of control issues. You see angels in the background of this card, right? Looking down at the guy, right? This guy is looking at the girl kind of suspiciously, and there's angels above him, right? So what might have happened is this person might have done something hurtful out of jealousy or out of wanting to control the situation. Either that, or they thought you were trying to control the situation, trying to control the relationship, and they didn't like it, and they were bucking that, right? They might have done something to try to, and you see this sometimes. You can be a man or woman watching this, but if somebody really doesn't want to feel controlled, either that, or if they kind of grew up with a lot of, you see it a lot, like maybe they had other relationships, or maybe their family was real strict on them, and the moment they see anybody try to wield, try to control them or steer, even just steer the direction of something, they'll start, it triggers them, and it becomes like a knee-jerk reaction. Well, you're not the boss of me, I'm not going to let you do this, and they might do something kind of stabbing. The other thing, to exert their independence, right? And if this is a romantic situation, that could very well be saying, well, we're not together, I'm a free agent, and them going out with someone else. And that's really, really hurtful. That's really, really hurtful. But what this is kind of telling you is, I think this is advice for both of you. I think that there's a balancing of the situation. Something really painful happened in the past, but I think both of you are healing from it, and I think both of you are learning to let go of your control issues. But I do get a strong sense that this person is kind of telling you that they have control issues, and sometimes it dictates their behavior in a negative way, right? And this is where it gets real conflicting. Anytime you see real, and you see this when someone's trying to control a situation, that's when they'll be like, well, I'm not available, we'll be together again. And it's them trying to control, right? So the cards that you got is, you got I'm not available, you came closer than anyone, we will be together again, and my life is not as together as it seems. And when you see it, when I see this right underneath this card with this real, controlling looking, he looks like a sheik, right? He looks like he owns it all. And he's watching this woman, right? And it's like the angels are trying to get him to get with the program, right? And these three cards alone, I am not available. You came closer than anyone. We will be together again. And you know what I kind of think of? And I'm sorry, guys. Sorry, I don't mean it this way. But have you ever seen, again, him being the sheik, right? Your person being the one in control is kind of snapping his fingers like, well, you did this, so now I'm not available. But pat on the head, you came closer than anyone, but we will be together again when I say we will be together again. And this is actually probably the most vulnerable card out of all of it, is that my life is not as together as it seems. And honestly, this seems like the most empathetic card out of all of them. But I do think that this person's trying to be honest with you. I don't think that they mean this in a condescending way. I do think it is a compliment when they say you came closer to anyone than anyone, because I do think that you, with this being kind of a water heart, I do think that, there are a few signs in astrology that are very controlling. Capricorn's one of them, Scorpio for sure, but it doesn't necessarily, the person can have other themes in their chart. But what I'm kind of seeing is that this person is used to having their feelings on lockdown, right? And I think most of the time people want to be in control because in the past they've never had control. Like, control was never given to them, right? And I just thought this was kind of interesting, is that your Gypsy Oracle card is the Lord. Yep. He's the Lord of all that he sees, right? So this person, male or female, they feel like the king, and it's good to be the king, right? But they lord over everything they see. They must be in control at all times. If they're not in control, or if you try to take any control back, and here you kind of see that too. You look at this woman, and she seems kind of independent, she's just doing her own thing, right? She's looking away, she's looking out in the distance like, okay, where can I go? And he's looking at her like she's a traitor or something, right? I do get the sense, I am kind of getting that strong feeling like maybe you were kind of independent with this person. Maybe he was a little bit more alpha, in the sense he or she, I'm using more male terms because we've got men depicted here in the imagery. But this person was a little bit of a, I don't think that they're trying to be a tyrant, but I do think they have some deep-rooted issues with control. If they let anybody else be in control, it somehow brings out a negative response in them. They don't like feeling out of control. Everything must be as they want it to be. And I am not available is kind of like being, I'm not emotionally available, but you came closer to anyone. And honestly, I think that's an accomplishment, because I don't think anybody scratched the surface of this dude's hard exterior. For you to even get past that it's a little bit of double-sided, because the fact that you touch their heart makes them want to own you because you came closer than anyone. So they want to I get a strong sense like they want to hold you close, but it's like in this really unhealthy way. The other thing is, we will be together again, but again, it's more of that control. It's like it's on his terms. Well, I'll come back for you when I'm ready, and it's like, okay, where do you get your say in this? Okay, you're not one of his many wives. You're an independent person, right? This could involve a child, but the one, and again, the more softer card out of this is, my life is not as together as it seems. So maybe this is kind of the cry for help a little bit, of saying, look, I'm not trying to, maybe they're not trying to subject you to these really, dogmatic and chauvinistic, I'm kind of getting kind of mentality, but at least they are communicating. I think they are saying, okay, maybe they want you to kind of keep your distance because they're working through this issue. And with the angels being here, I do think the universe says that there is hope for this person. I don't think this person's a lost cause. I just think that they have a lot of ingrained scripts that are very hard to override. So, you coming closer than to anyone means that the other thing that I kind of get with water, the water stone, I really get the sense there's two water signs going on here. Like you understand the psychology of this person, and that's why you came so close to them. And that's also why they want to hold on to you. They don't want to lose you because you understand that. I don't think they have many people in their life who understand their psychology the way that you do. But the other thing that I'm getting is that, the angels are working on this person. It's almost like you don't have to do this psychological work. It's almost like just know that this relationship is not a lost cause. It is worth waiting for, but this person is doing a lot of internal work and is going to take some work on their part to fix. Now, your island wellness cards is you got healing heart, healing from heartbreak, freedom from toxic relationships or addictions. Holy Toledo. Stabbed in the back, heartbreak. We've got heartbreak twice, guys. Pain, separation, deception, stabbing, attack. So, I kind of read this one of two ways. This person may have been stabbed in the back by someone that they held close and they're healing from that. Or this could be advice for you. Like, again, this is messages from your person. So maybe they feel like, you know, I do think that maybe they got hurt and they're healing, which is why this is worth waiting for, right? The other thing is, freedom from toxic addictions. So, they might be trying to let go of, maybe they did get stabbed in the back because of some of this control issues and they're learning from it and they're trying to, work out that condition in themselves. The other thing that I can get is that they might have stabbed you in the back again, and that, they're hoping that you're healing from whatever happened to you. But I almost get like this happened to them and they're healing from it. My life is not as together as it seems, right? Freedom from toxic relationships. Maybe they had a toxic relationship that was not with you. Now, your two twin flame message cards is, how could you still love me after all that I've done? And I've looked you up online to see what you've been up to. Yeah, guys, I do kind of get the sense. You know what I'm almost getting? I think that you were real on the level. Maybe you had a relationship with this person, but they were just too controlling. They were not available. They wanted to run the show, and you just couldn't deal with that. So you walked away. This person might have stabbed you, might have felt like he stabbed you in the back. Maybe they started dating someone else that they could control, and that person turned around and stabbed them. But what I'm really getting is that, they're kind of like, how can you still love me after all I've done? Being controlling, being emotionally unavailable, putting you through some shit. And then telling you, oh, we'll be together again. Yeah, okay, maybe. That's on your terms. At this point, you're the one with the healing heart, But I've looked you up online to see what you've been up to. So I do think that this person has been kind of following you on social media to kind of just see what kind of gauge where you're at. The other thing is that I think I'm also getting a strong sense of them gathering information. One thing that I'm kind of getting, and tell me if this resonates, is that with him being a lord, him being the sheik, I almost feel like he has people who can report to him. Maybe he's asking mutual friends or colleagues, about what you're doing. It is entirely possible that you might have blocked this person, so maybe they're coming in, but I do think that I think they've caused you pain, and I think they got pain, and I'm getting a little bit of karma from this. But I'm definitely getting it's from their attitude of wanting to be lord of the manor and wanting to control everything. The other thing that I kind of get is that I really get that they don't get a lot of benefit for having that attitude. You would think that they, okay, well, having it your way, I almost kind of see those rich millionaires who have this laundry list of what they want in a partner. Like I was watching here on YouTube about, there's this billionaire who's like, you must be blonde, you must be younger than me, and I'm like, you know what? Good luck with that. I'm sorry, nothing personal, but you can get, sure, you can be a women. There are women out there who will give you whatever you want, but you tell me how happy that makes you. You're basically, I think you're the maker of your own misery when you start controlling things to a point where you're completely disconnected. It's like being in that I am getting a little bit of a chauvinist bubble here that this person might have to psychologically work out. Now, your through messages cards, and this is amazing too. A lot of the same colors are really resonating. But you got, this is true love. I find it hard to trust, and I'm not sure. So I do think, in this person's defense, there is some schmuckery here. I'm not going to lie. But the fact that it's saying, I'm trying to keep my personal opinion out of here, you guys. Sorry. I just do. The moment daggers start coming out, I'm sorry. But, just in your defense, because I love my watchers. The moment daggers start coming out, you give someone your heart and someone pulls a knife on that. Yeah, you can go rule your world. Let me see if I let you back, because you can be the billionaire. You can have everything, but, happiness can't be bought, and it's definitely not controlled. So, but that aside, worth waiting for, and this is true love. Honestly, maybe this person was not expecting you guys. I mean, I think you really did help wake them up a little bit. And again, I can't blame someone for having damage. We all have our damage, right? That's okay. As long as you're working on it, that's all that matters. But, when how could you still love me after all I've done is right under stabbed in the back. That's what makes me think, okay, fine, go rule your land, please talk to the hand. Because if anybody's done that to you, or this could have happened to them, but my life is not as together as it seems, and how could you still love me, But this is true love. I think this person really needs to show you, I think this person is trying. I think they're trying, because these are the two most vulnerable cards that I see in this whole spread. My life is not as together as it seems, and I find it hard to trust. And maybe this person has been stabbed in the back in the past, but it could quite possibly be because they were controlling, or they wanted things their way, or they wanted to have multiple partners, and, but this person, I think, is healing, and I think that they're going to learn from their experiences. The other thing is that the Lord doesn't need to be a bad person just because they're in a place of authority. This could also be somebody who is making strides at work. Maybe they're kind of distracting themselves with work too. That's the other thing that I kind of get, is that you see this person kind of have books and stuff. It's almost like they're trying not to think about love. But the last card that you have, so you have, this is true love. I find it hard to trust, and I'm not sure. I do, in this person's defense, I do think that they're very torn. This conditioning, control freakism. I don't think anybody's just born that way. I think maybe this was something that they learned, or, past relationships might have ingrained in them. But I definitely think it's something they have to let go of. I do think the angels are telling you. I think the angels are working. I think the angels are on both of your sides. I think I think the angels are team pile 4. They're team you, right? They're there for both of you. I think the angels want this to work out because they know that you're a good person, and this person is learning. But this person is not sure. They're not sure. And if they find it hard to trust, then the only other thing is that, they might really have to show you that they've changed. And then even after, if you do decide to give this person another chance, they would need to really show you that they're doing the work to get their stuff together. You know, they would need to show you that this isn't just, the other thing is that this can be kind of a projection. Well, I've got all my stuff together, but inside flaming, dumpster mess. That's not cool. But if you do feel like they're getting a hold of this, the other thing is that maybe you had some control issues. Maybe you felt jealous or something like that. But I would just say that if you do decide to give this another chance, this person would really have to make amends. It's up to you. This is not advice. This is just messages from your person. So, I always say, you guys know your situation. You guys would know the right action to take. Because I don't think this is a bad person. I do think they have some emotional, psychological damage. But I would also just say that you might both have some triggers when it comes to control issues. And if you do decide to work through that, you might have to both be very reassuring to one another and kind of be considerate of what those buttons are with each other. But, well, guys, so that was messages from your person. That was a real deep one. I knew all of these were going to be kind of intense, but, well, so I thank you so much for joining me today. That was really exciting to do. I was looking forward to it. And I thank you for being here on the anniversary. And I thank you so much. I am so grateful. It's been a wonderful year. Like I said in the intro, it's been 168 video posts. I have 83 beloved subscribers. I am so grateful for every single one of you. Thank you for supporting my channel. I look forward to another year of, organic, positive, happy growth. And I hope that you can stop back by and visit to see another video. And I'll see you then. Thank you. Bye-bye.